Hey guys, iHASYOU here, back with another Brawl Stars video. So previously we've looked at some of the starting brawlers such as Shelly, Colt and Bull, but now we're moving on to some of the more fun brawlers. And the first one we're going to look at is Jessie. Now she's the first brawler we're going to look at that has a turret, and essentially that acts as an extra person on the map when it's deployed. So let's take a quick look at what Jessie's attack actually does, and then go on to look at what the turret does. So her actual attack, Jessie fires off an energy orb. After hitting a target, the orb bounces at the next target in range, hitting up to 3 enemies. So the attack itself is pretty complex, as in when it hits the person, it doesn't just end there, it can carry on bouncing on to up to 3 players, which hints towards the fact that Jessie would be better at team games, where you have multiple enemies gathered together or going through choke points. And then let's take a quick look at her super attack. Jessie deploys a gun turret that automatically shoots enemies. It's made of 100% recycled material. Okay, so the cool thing with this turret is, first off, the way you can place it over a wall or within a certain range. So it's not placed exactly where you are. You get a bit of movement with that, which can be good to get people out of cover. But also the turret shoots non-stop. So once it sees a target, it includes Nita's bear and yeah, other turrets. So for the other team, it's just an absolute nuisance. And it can be used for multiple things, such as getting out of tricky situations, running away, or applying a lot of extra damage and creating an obstacle for the enemies. Let's take a quick look at some of Jessie's skins. So there's Summer Jessie, which is pretty cool. So her laser firing gun is now a water gun, and her turret is a rubber duck. But my favorite skin, which I've yet to buy, is Dragon Knight Jessie. And yeah, she's fully geared up with the armor, and the coolest bit is a turret which looks like a dragon. And I haven't actually seen anyone use this, but it'd be pretty cool if it breathes fire. But yeah, that's a quick intro on Jessie. Let's move on to some tips on how to actually use her. So as I've mentioned earlier, the best use of Jessie is in team games such as Gem Grab, Brawl Ball. You could win with her in Showdown, but there's quite a few better options of brawlers to use, whereas in these team games, Jessie's one of the better picks. What you want to do is try and attack enemies that are close together. As long as you hit the first one, the energy orb just bounces off automatically towards the second person, and you'll see in some of these clips I end up getting damage on all 3 enemies with one shot, which is huge in these sort of games as it helps you team out a lot. As far as shooting goes, again, this is one of the brawlers where auto aim isn't very useful. You're gonna have to lead your shots, and their attack is actually quite slow, so it takes a while to get there, so you want to lead your shot by quite a bit. You want to stay in cover and not be too over ambitious in trying to get kills, as you'll get caught quite easily. Her health is quite average as well and can get wiped out pretty fast, so you want to keep some sort of distance and try and get some hits around cover, build up towards your turret, and that's when you can really start to get some map control. So once you've got your turret, you want to place it somewhere quite open, as it needs a direct line of fire to hit the person. So unlike some of the other turrets, Jessie's turret, although powerful, needs direct sight to damage the player. A good tip for this is to actually place it in the grass, as it'll still lock onto enemies and they can't see it until they've taken some damage, which makes it a bit trickier for them to actually get rid of the turret. So yeah, most of these clips are actually gem grab, and I did try the different game modes, but Jessie seems to be pretty decent gem carrier. And I feel like I do push quite hard in a few of these clips, so I do end up dying. But now I feel a lot more comfortable with the game itself, and I've managed to unlock a few more brawlers. I might show a video of when I got Crow from my first mega box, which was insanely lucky. Yeah, as far as brawlers go, I think I've got 4 or 5 more to unlock, including the other 2 legendaries, which might be a bit tricky to get. And then trophies wise, I think I've just hit over 2k, so making some decent progress. The game's really enjoyable, so I'm going to keep on making these videos. So yeah, as a quick summary on Jessie, she works best on team modes, on maps with a decent amount of cover. Try use her attack on choke points on areas of the map where there's more than one enemy together, so you can really benefit from her multiple attacks. So that's a quick Jessie guide with some key tips on how to play with her, and hopefully that helps you improve your game. I'll probably upload the next few brawlers in the next few days, as I've leveled up a decent amount on some of them and feel comfortable with making a video. So yeah, I'll see you in those. Thanks again for watching, hope you've enjoyed, and see you later. Peace.